Hello, Gene Schwimmer here. Welcome to today's vlog. Going to be a short one today because I'm a bit busy, a bit rushed. But there is a subject, I think it's a short subject, that I've been meaning to talk about and never quite got around to it. So today is the day. It's about congressional intent and the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, often when they're deciding a case, they will look to congressional intent. If we're talking about something that involves a law that Congress passed, the Supreme Court will look at congressional intent to figure out what Congress meant when they passed a law, if the issue is not entirely clear. The particular issue that got me thinking about this is the one that's winding its way to the Supreme Court right now. It's about Obamacare. I think they actually already heard the case. I'm not 100% sure, not going to look it up. It doesn't really matter. The gist of the case is, you probably heard about it. The Congress, the Republican majority in both houses when they had the majority, they made the individual mandate it was supposed to be a penalty, but Justice Roberts decided it was a tax. So what the Congress did, they reduced that tax to zero. Now we have several state attorneys general arguing, and it's gone up to the Supreme Court, arguing that because the tax is zero and because the original enactors of the law, the Democratic Congress, argued in the first Obamacare case that the individual mandate was essential to the entire law, that because that mandate is now zero, that the whole law has to be repealed, that the whole law fails. What Congress, or what the Supreme Court is looking at, is congressional intent, because one of the arguments is that the Congress, if they wanted to eliminate the entire law when they reduced this mandate to zero, they would have done that. They would have eliminated the whole law. Because they didn't, then Congress must have meant for the act to remain intact and operative, except for that individual mandate. Now, the problem with that is the Democrats would filibuster any attempt to overturn the whole law. The reason the Republicans reduced this tax to zero is because it had to do with the budget, and because it did, that particular law could not be filibustered. So this is my question about what did Congress intend? Because obviously it is clear to me that the Republicans, the majority in Congress, don't like Obamacare, and their intent is to eliminate the whole law. But they could not, because the Democrats would filibuster, and the Republicans don't have enough votes and didn't at the time to override a filibuster. It got something like 50, it was a party line vote. All the Democrats voted against it, all the Republicans for it, far below the 60 votes necessary to get rid of or to overcome a filibuster. So this is my question. Is congressional intent what gets, to me, congressional intent is what can get 51 votes. So is congressional intent, if you are on the Supreme Court, if you're a Supreme Court justice, does the ability to get 51 votes, meaning a majority wants to eliminate Obamacare, is that the will of Congress? Is that the Congress's intent? Or is it 60 votes, because that is the number of votes that would actually cause the law to be repealed, Obamacare, I mean, because of the filibuster? So that is my simple question. What determines congressional intent? 51 votes, that means a majority feels this way or believes such and such, or 60 votes that are necessary to actually pass it if the Democrats filibuster? In other words, is it the number of Republicans who oppose something, or is it whether or not the law actually gets passed? That is a question I have. I would love some constitutional lawyer to opine on this, but until I get one, I guess I'm just going to have to wonder. Maybe I'll write to some celebrity lawyer on the internet who's on TV and see if I can get an answer. Until then, all I can say is I hope I gave people something to think about. I really appreciate the time you spend with me on all of my vlogs. If you could spend a little more time, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. That would be really great. You could also put any comments, suggestions for future topics, questions you might have below the video in the comments section. You could subscribe. I love getting new subscribers. You could also visit my music channel, listen to some of my original music. There's a link in the description. I would really, really love that. And tell your friends about that if you like it. And you could just come back and see me again. I really look forward to seeing all of you again. And until I do see all of you again, bye.